On this episode of the Infowars News Blitz, a Marine says Black Lives Matter promotes racism. Kim Davis files an appeal for freedom, and China dumped a record $94 billion in U.S. Treasuries in 1 month. That and a lot more, so stay tuned. For the week of September the 14th, 2015. Here's the first article of the day here, an article written by Steve Watson. The title is called African American Marine. Black Lives Matter promotes racism. Underneath it says, receives hateful reaction for calling for racial harmony. A young black Marine who has made several viral rant-style videos about the Black Lives Matter movement appeared on Morgan Kelly's Fox News show this week and declared that the movement promotes racism. No duh, buddy. Urging that all lives matter. Michael Whaling, in his latest viral video, described how appealing he was to see black activists call for violence and killing of white people. And there's plenty more here, so I'll just play the clip for you here.
9-year-old girl in Ferguson, Missouri, that got shot in the head while she was doing her homework in a drive-by shooting that none of y'all protested. Her life mattered. And y'all get mad, and then y'all slander me, y'all call me Uncle Tom and all that type of stuff, house nigga, whatever. Man, check this out. I had drill instructors in boot camp that had better insults than y'all. So come up with some better insults and then get back at me. And I'm telling you the reason why I don't have a lot of black supporters. The reason why I don't have a lot of black supporters, I'm telling you the God honest truth. The reason why I don't have a lot of black supporters is because black people can't accept the truth about themselves. Black people admitting to the truth is like them snitching on themselves. And black people had this no snitching rule. So I'm not going to have them in black supporters because they can't openly admit the truth. They're going to deny till they die. But they're going to use something that happened 400 years ago against white people. They're going to hold it against them. Those white people that's living today in this day and age, this generation, they didn't live 400 years ago. They wasn't born 400 years ago. So how you going to blame them for some stuff that happened 400 years ago that they was never born, that never existed on this planet? How? That is so crazy. All lives matter. Okay, check this out. I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all talk about black people been fighting for our civil rights and stuff like that. White people fought for our civil rights also. But you know what I'm saying? Before y'all start throwing stuff out, do research. Okay, let's talk about. Do you know about the three civil rights activists that got killed?
Okay, that's enough. Basically, I had to agree with this guy. There's nothing else for me to say. He said it all right there. And not to mention, buddy, I have to say too, George Soros is running the Black Lives Matter movement. He's been caught giving about, $35 million in Ferguson to basically kickstart the riots. He is a Nazi collaborator, so I hope you look him up as well. But enough about that. Here's an article which was written by UPI. I don't know what that means, but whatever. The title is called Kentucky Clerk King Davis files appeal for freedom. And this article was linked by Infowars.com, and basically it talks about, everybody knows what happened, alright? I'm just reading out here. Kim Davis, a Kentucky clerk who refused to issue same-sex marriage license due to her religious convictions, appealed a judge ruling that sent her to jail. As Davis entered her 5th day in jail, the Liberal Counsel, a nonprofit working on her behalf, asked the 6th Court of Appeals to expedite the appeal and set the concept order aside, allowing her freedom. Mrs. Davis is entitled to a proper notice and due process when she is threatened with the loss of her freedom. There was no allegation that she would be incarcerated. We will be pursuing our arguments on appeal, asking for an expedition ruling on her. Attorney Matt Stover had said in a statement. The Rockford County clerk had been jailed since Thursday when a U.S. District Court judge, Davis Burney, found her in contempt for her repeatedly refusing to issue same-sex marriage to anyone, gay or straight, or allowing her deputies to distribute them for her. Bunning said she will remain in jail until she complies. Basically, as an update, she actually got out of jail, and she's very, very happy about that. I'm dead serious. Happy. She's basically getting back home, and she'll be going back to work on Monday, but she will not get into the way of the deputies who are giving out the marriage licenses. I mean, this is what it has to do, so this is what it's come down to. I mean, we're already losing our freedoms enough. I mean, next thing they're gonna put us all in forced labor camps or something. I mean, she could have just at least stepped down or something, and just basically have her name just taken off of it, but I guess she had to make a big deal out of it. But anyway, this is the last article of the day here, and this is an article written by Zero Hedge. The title is called "The Numbers Aren't Hitting." China dumps a record $94 billion in U.S. Treasuries in 1 month. Underneath it says, Goldman argues real figures may be closer to $115 billion. So the devaluation has begun. On Monday, we got an official data from China's, and sure enough, we found out that the PBOC liquidated around $94 billion in reserves during the month of August, and Goldman Sachs argues, see below, the real figures might be closer to $115 billion. Whatever the case, it's a staggering burn rate, and needless to say, were the PBOC to continue to liquidate its assets at this pace, it would necessarily incentive a raft of RRR cuts and hundreds of billions in short-term liquidation odds to ensure that money markets don't seize up in the face of the liquidation drain. The article goes on to say here that, but it is not possible that it's not that simple. It is also possible that if China's FX reserve draws down to end up serving as a trigger for risk-off behavior, i.e. a sell-off in risk assets, the sequential flight to safety could end up driving yields on longer bonds lower, not higher. We discussed this in detail over the weekend. Pretty much, the collapse has already begun. China has already devalued currency multiple times, and I'm not going to say it again because I've already said it. Everybody's been calling for a collapse between September 14th and the 30th. So basically, the crash may have already started way back in August. And I hope everybody's prepared. Well, that's all the articles I have for you today. If you'd like to read more about these articles, please go to the link below or go to Infowars.com or prisonblack.com. There you can find 100 articles like this one I have read for you today. This is the Infowars News with I'm Infowars, live on Film Region number 3. Please like, subscribe, and donate. Bye-bye.